you. I needed this. I needed this. I needed this. Puke on it. Puke on it. Puke on it.
Hey, y'all, it's your boy Diggity Dean Dane Sampson, or whatever you feel like calling me today. If you really know me, you know I'm just trying to chill more in Dana's world. We are on the set of the interview podcast at the Hotel Solaire in Clifton, Ohio, but more specifically at the Big Rooftop Bar, the front porch of Midtown. You know, I'm here with my boy Fame Wino.
What's up, my boy, man?
Yeah, young and official.
Dana's world.
Yeah, not so young anymore though.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, I just turned 34 on Wednesday.
Yeah, young, polished, and official.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah.
So I'm young. I'm a young, blessed black man. You feel me?
Yeah.
We ain't that old.
No, we're not. I don't feel old at 40, to be honest. I do until young people remind me that I'm
I'll
old.
let you know, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story right up quick. Well, first, I'm going to make a drink. Are you thirsty?
I am.
Okay. So I'll tell you what's in it after, as I tell the story. So
Okay.
there's Clifton Taverns right there, right?
Yeah.
Been here for a long time, whatever. It's a college bar. But they, we're actually just going to pour that right here. I went to go over there one night with my boy Bobby, motherfucking Bobby. That's like my good guy and shit. And I didn't know it was college night.
Yeah.
So we go to get in, and they're like, "You're too old." And I was like, "Excuse me?" They're like, "You need a college ID." I was like, I went to that university and I work right here. They're like, "We don't give a fuck. You too old to be here."
Yeah, Tony, I'm alumni.
Shit, I'm like, damn, all right.
I got stripes.
So they like about a month later, these young ladies were 4 of them were sitting outside and having drinks. And I'm talking to them. They're like, "Oh, we work at the tavern." I was like, "Oh, y'all motherfuckers told me I was too old to go there." They're like, "What?
I see it.
That's bullshit."
80s. Yeah.
Blah blah blah. They're like, "You telling me Kirsten sent you?" So I'm like, "All right, cool." So I go in and I get in and whatever, and they're like, "Hey, Zach's the manager.
Yeah.
This is the guy that we were telling you about that's too old to get in here." I'm like, "Y'all shut the fuck up right now. If y'all shut the fuck up."
Now they blew my boy.
Yeah, and then Zach comes up to me trying to be helpful, and he's like, "Hey man, you know, I'm so really sorry about that. That's embarrassing."
Yeah.
You know, because he's like, "And I get it. I'm older too. I'm 26." I was like, "Y'all get your fucking ass out of here." And then not this here. And then if I'm not already feeling bad enough, I went there. I was like, "I need a cigarette after all this bullshit."
Yeah.
So I got started smoking a cigarette. All the young kids come up, and I guess they thought I was the authority figure, so they just started handing me their IDs.
Oh.
And I was like, "I am too fucking old to be here. I am too old to be here." Yeah. So that's
crazy.
so that's my funny story for that place. So anyway, what we are making today, this drink, since we have the highlight. I know I gotta hold it up.
What's the measurements of each side? I know.
Okay.
This is what's that? That's
So actually, I'll show you more specifically. So this full thing is 2 ounces. If you see, there's some notches in here.
yeah.
So that's 1.75, right?
Okay.
And then this is 0.5, 0.75, 1.
One. Okay. So
Yeah.
now I know whenever I'm at the bar and I see my fucking, they don't hit the top of that.
Yeah. Well, that's why that's that notch, because some of them, that's, you know, I might have a half ounce or an ounce. That's why it's not the top.
I mean, because they're also, I do get it.
But you can always, if you really want to be that dick,
Yeah, I'm gonna be that.
you can look up the recipe and then be like, that ain't it.
Listen, I don't give a fuck with nobody talking about. Nigga, downtown, they want $20 a shot.
Yeah.
That bitch better be the whole shot, bitch.
That's fair. So what I'm making today is a take on actually a bourbon drink, but I know you're a tequila drinker.
Tequila guy, yeah. Listen, he asked me if I wanted bourbon, y'all, and I told him, listen, tequila for real, but that's because I gotta go perform tonight.
So I pivoted.
I gotta be
I pivoted. So it's a take on a drink called a Paper Plane, which is a bourbon drink, which, you know, we want to fly high anyway, right?
I just smoked the paper plane.
You did. You
I
did.
definitely just smoked the paper plane.
So what this drink is we're going to use Don Julio Anejo.
Yep.
It's going to be 2 ounces of that. We're going to use 0.75 ounce
Hey, I've been
Aperol.
hearing y'all talking about Don Julio ain't real tequila and all that, this and that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, all right, Don Julio?
Hey, can you let me finish my drink first?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's all right. He's feeling good. It's okay. We went to 1942 earlier.
Yeah, we did.
So it's 0.75 of Aperol, which is common. So, and then a Paper Plane with the bourbon uses a Maranino. This is Bruno Americano, very similar. Okay. It's just a flavoring in there. It's going to give herbal essences. It's going to give off licorice, which I hate, but in a drink, it's okay.
Correct.
So we're gonna do 0.75 of that, and then I'm gonna add a little simple syrup, which is just sugar water.
Straight up.
We use demi sugar, which is like a raw sugar cane.
That's
Well, typically I would not do this, but I forgot my spoon, so we're gonna stir this. Okay. This is the mixing glass. Really, it's just a fancy. I didn't understand this term, and I still don't want. I'm gonna have to ask somebody that's more educated in alcohol than me. The reason that they stir certain cocktails is because they say when you shake it, it bruises the alcohol.
correct.
The bruises come after the alcohol.
No, but listen. So when you shake it,
But that jinx
you
goes
create
in.
a bubble. So there's gonna be bubbles.
There's no bubbles in that shit.
If you shake it,
It's froth. Okay.
and it's pulling from it.
I highly doubt there's froth in this, but
Shake it.
you know what? I'm gonna prove you wrong afterwards.
You're correct.
All right. Anyway, so we got a little extra. So there's that. Now I got some garnish. What you're gonna take it to? You're gonna take a lemon peel.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna kind of see how that sprayed.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna float that like
A
that.
little spritz.
Yeah, a little spritz. Okay, and then we're gonna float that like that. And then because two kings are sitting down today, I brought a little gold.
Come on now.
I brought a little gold.
Come on now.
So we're gonna set
Come on now. I got gold. I got gold on me. And
We're gonna set
gold in
that
drinks. Come on now.
there.
They talking about
There we go. That's enough.
the gold flakes.
Yeah.
I might eat them motherfuckers.
I mean, they are edible.
Just
Which I don't understand that, but I think that's
because my spirit is golden. I might.
sure it's going. You got an album coming out this week,
I do
right?
have an album coming out Friday, 5/30/25. You feel me?
No, first of all, taking the art of this cocktail that
That's beautiful.
I just made this drink up last night. This is the kind of service you get here from Dane at the Biggity. So you have a new album coming out.
I do.
Cheers
Yeah.
to that. Cheers to success. Continued success. Oh, that's nice.
That is nice.
That's nice. That's nice. I had not tasted my own drink.
That's nice.
That's nice. Okay. All right. Cheers to that. Now we're in our comfort zone. Man, here at the Vic Rooftop. So you have a new album coming out. So you have it's a working title? You have a title pick up?
Yes, title is My Point of View. You know what I'm saying? My POV. It's really, and it's like, it's centered around my experience, my experiences coming up as an artist in Cincinnati.
Okay.
That's one of the themes. Heartbreak is one of the themes.
Heartbreak Hammery.
But the main theme of it is my point of view is a lot of hustling and motivation music in there. A lot of the,
But that seems like a continued theme. Why you keep picking the wrong bitches for you, fam?
you know what's crazy?
Sorry, ladies. I didn't mean to say that, but he's in heartbreak right now. Leave my man alone, bitches.
Nah,
No, I'm just kidding.
Just because there's a joint on there that's more so about like seeking out ladies and shit too. But there's one on there, but it's the theme of my point of view of like what this journey has been for me. Bro.
Mm-hmm.
This is the record. This is the album that's like I've painted my bigger picture for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And it has a lot to do with my past, my current, and what I'm about to do. And that's what I'm giving y'all. And it's like, so my point of view is like, this is what I'm looking at. So I already seen a lot of this stuff I'm about to give y'all, but I also am giving y'all what I see coming up for me.
Okay.
My point of view.
Your point of view. I got you. So let's elaborate on that. So let's talk some of your accomplishments.
Yeah.
You started Young and Official. What, 15 years ago, maybe around there? You were young. I know that.
It's 15, 16 years.
15, 16. Okay. I know you guys could really start to make your name in the city on a consistent basis back at the Treehouse Bar, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even a bar. It was a treehouse. So we had a house party, right?
Yeah.
We was all living in Clifton.
Mm-hmm.
I had got kicked out, and my parents ain't bad or nothing, but I just disagree.
Yeah, you needed to learn.
I got kicked out. My homie let me live with him down in Clifton with a bunch of his people. It was like
Where'd you live at on Clifton?
Glendora.
Okay, so I had I lived on Stratford and Rose.
Okay,
Those
so
were my
you-
first two
I
apartments.
was up by Hills and shit.
Correct.
He was over there by BP and shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we was all working at down. Everybody in the house except for one nigga. One nigga worked at the zoo. But we all worked. But the zoo's in Clifton.
Yeah, it is.
So the rest of us, 3 of us, worked at Domino's, right? So the GM of the store,
Y'all stay fed.
the GM of the store ended up stealing
Oh shit.
And so a whole bunch of shit went down, so they fired everybody, right? So we needed to make rent money. So we ran into this dude who was like running around doing promotions and stuff, and so we decided to do a house party. And we took flyers, we posted them all through Clifton, right? You got to think about this as a college campus.
Yeah, people don't do guerrilla marketing like that anymore.
We had 220 people come out to a house party.
Well, it was overwhelmed.
It was crazy.
What were you? Did you handle it?
Yeah, but also it was like the house Glendora is low key in the middle of Coreyville. It's not Clifton technically. And so it was this
Which is kind of odd, the cities within cities in Cincinnati. But
it
anyway.
was these guys. They all drove. It was like a I don't. It was like a group, and they all drove Fox Chevys.
Okay.
But it's
I love a box.
It's a Coreyville thing,
Yeah.
and they drove through the street with guns with lasers on them, aiming at the house.
Why?
Because I don't know why. Listen, I'm trying to say so, but it was that's how big of an impact we had.
Yeah, immediately.
Like somebody in that territory was trying to make sure they like intimidated us.
Yeah. Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And so so the treehouse had a big staple for us in the city. Like we did a whole bunch of house parties, and we did a whole bunch of events, and that's what we was known for. And then we started bringing the music over. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, so tell me a little. I mean, so I've seen that. So I know you was grinding. I remember the first time I met you. This was over at it was an open mic.
Mm-hmm.
I met a lot of because I was going to OMS. I cannot remember Streets.
Yeah, Streets. Yeah.
Side of Street. He's still over there.
Absolutely.
And honestly, it is. The first time you experience. Now it's kind of commonplace. The studios are in random places.
Correct.
When you walk into a fucking it looked like a building that was falling down.
Yeah, a warehouse.
Yeah, a warehouse that's like falling down, and you walk in and there's this beautiful,
nice,
space.
Beautiful studio.
It was like, we just want you to be comfortable. I was like, well, I mean, you could. The walk could be better. And
the journey.
Yeah. Like, give me 5 minutes, we'll be good. I like this velvet.
But it's stuff like that because it's like when you walk through a warehouse though, you see like damn, we still in the city. We still
the pickle factory is across the street.
Like we're not in Hollywood yet.
Yeah.
We're not in New York Times Square yet with our studio. We still in the city and we in a warehouse.
That gold don't go down well.
But when you So when you get into the studio and it's nice, it lets you know like, oh, but I am
in a safe space.
I'm a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, for sure. And then I just kind of see it popping out. I don't know where our paths really started to cross. I remember when we really tapped in. I came over to Hit Labs and Wind Up Studios. That was a beautiful time.
Yeah.
Y'all was really doing your thing there. What happened there?
Honestly, man,
I know there was a very specific reason why it led to a shutdown.
Correct. Yeah.
Do you want to touch base on that, or
no? So I will say that things really started going downhill when Exotic died.
Yeah, rest in peace to that young kid. Young prodigy. He worked.
You feel me? That's when things kind of took a trajectory went downward.
Yeah, depression, grieving.
A lot of stuff, man.
The process, the steps of emotion.
And so the way I've actually looked at it, because at first it was actually very crazy, and it was a lot happened fast. Like that happened, and then it got shut down, and so it was a lot of loss. But when I looked,
did it happen in? I know we're not looking back, but did it happen in direct collection of that correlation?
It was definitely,
because I know there's some confusion.
I'm literally saying because it happened, everything went this way.
Yeah. Okay.
And but what I've come to realize is when things take a turn of events like that, right? When the entire tide shifts,
yes,
that is the universe. That's God.
That's God.
You get what I mean? Yeah. It is no longer in your control. Once multiple variables start to collapse in a certain direction or rise in a certain direction, you have no control anymore.
Went to the brighter light,
correct,
where we are now.
Yeah,
I only know of them. I know who they are. We brushed shoulders, but they've been around for a minute. They're well respected and they play their role perfectly. And I have never seen somebody aggressively pursue $2,000 the way that guy does.
Hey. Look, I tell you this, you know, Darren Rich is really about to shake it up with the fashion world. It's just been great to see that kind of artistry take place. But the collective is what's the most impressive to me because it's everybody's hungry and everybody knows the goals. You know what I mean? Like we have meetings, we sit down, we push it on the board. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of transitions have led to situations that are better for the moment. You know, and that's
And I think where some people, I like that everybody's hungry. For me, I never stop. You know, they say 3 meals a day for a reason.
talk about it.
You know what I mean? So you gotta eat to stay alive.
Yeah.
Now you can fast, you can go periods and this and that. You have to eat.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hungry at some point
every day.
day.
You have to have something.
Listen to your gut.
Something has to come in.
Listen to your gut. Now, control your gut if it gets out of control. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. But because greed, you know what I say, you know that's God. Greed, gluttony, those are things that also sink the boat.
Yep.
If it's too heavy to sail,
Yeah,
you're gonna sink. You're gonna sink.
You can't bring all the gold. Because you ain't gonna be able to make it back to the island. You gotta bring enough gold for us to start off.
And you also got then you also got to continue your education. Now we got all this gold.
Yeah.
How do you make it work for you?
How do I want to make it turn to something?
Yeah, how do you make it as generational? Right. So you also have another big night. We're filming today. Is May 5th.
25th.
25th. Yeah, sorry, May 25th.
Yeah.
You're correct. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You've been drinking. May 25th.
Correct.
It is Sunday. It is one of the biggest weekends in Cincinnati, if arguably not the biggest. Taste of Cincinnati. Correct.
You performing tonight?
I am performing tonight. Shout out to Amani Productions. Siri Amani has taken the role of elevating all artistry in the city.
Yeah.
And I've been blessed to grace multiple different stages with her and her production company. And I truly appreciate it. I think that our city really does have a lot of diamonds in it, right?
Yeah.
And one common thing that I see amongst the diamonds is that not afraid to put the hand out. Like, hey, I'm shining.
Talk about this. Keep going.
Come get some of this light, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm shining. Come get some of this light, y'all.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And it's up to
Yeah.
us to take care of and to uphold those who
Correct.
do that. You get
And
what I
diamond, you know, just like steel sharp as steel,
Yeah.
you know, and then I feel like diamonds protect each other,
Come on now.
right? But then you have those people that creep in that, you know, I don't give a fuck how the way you choose to live your life,
Yeah.
but I don't even want to call it mainstream, but there's just a normal way of living.
Right.
And that organically grows. That's always going to attract to each other and grow into something better. And for you people out here that are trying to find your niche and cut off somebody, and so you can take a little, I got you. This is a man that takes initiative. So,
Come on. Hey, listen, I'm
yeah, I know.
how to put
That's
it.
one thing too. And I know we're gonna get back on this and we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
That's one thing when you was talking about Clay, because I had shared something with Clay when I first came to the studio, and we won't talk about that. But there was an experience, and I was shook from it. And you're like, he was like, "Dang, you got this man in the studio." He was like, "Look, man, you know what? Every time I met Dang, he just been comfortable as fuck."
That's listen, bro.
And and then for the first time, I was like publicly or like showing to y'all, I was like, I am not comfortable right now.
Yeah.
It's not nothing that y'all can help fix,
Nah, fact.
but I need to talk to somebody about this shit.
Yeah.
And so I can work through it. You know what I mean? And y'all gave me that space and opportunity. I'll be forever grateful for that because at that time I needed to just be tucked in the studio.
Yeah. Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I needed
And that energy.
yeah, and in a controlled
environment.
in a controlled environment.
Yeah.
And so I'm thankful for that.
You know, one thing about me is when it's like in that situation, it was just like you shared something, you were vulnerable, you shared something, and
Yeah.
it was like, whoa, and I was like, listen, the only thing I've ever gotten from this guy is honesty and, you know what I mean, humility and being normal.
Yeah.
I don't know about his other experiences,
Yeah.
but he's letting you know
Yeah.
that he won't do that here.
Yeah. And also, Please don't let that happen to me.
And I also won't do that.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Hold on 1 second, son. Go ahead for diggity. I appreciate that, Miles.
Foot, hold on, bro. Foot diggity and then Mr.
We will.
It's fancy motherfucker.
Yeah, this fancy motherfucker.
Your order's ready, Mr. Diggity.
What's important to me is people that show me respect
Yeah.
no matter where they at, right?
Mhm.
So like you were telling me, like I came a long way, and it's like, yeah, because when you were here, you were still this person with me, and as you're here, you're still this person with me.
Correct.
So you forever have my respect.
Yeah, I
You
appreciate
know what I'm saying?
Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, y'all. We're back on the interview podcast 513. I'm still here with my guy, Fame YNO, Young and Official. My favorite thing about you, dude, I'm not gonna lie, aside from your music, is that your mom's Facebook name is Fame Mom. That's a mom that supports her child.
Shout out to my Dukes. Anybody that know me know my Dukes is gang.
Yeah.
She
with the shit.
She with the shits, bro. She support whatever we got going on. If we, as long as we doing something positive, bro,
Yeah.
my Dukes is gang.
Yeah.
You know what's going on.
So they just brought this lovely meal up for us. So this is our I'm not gonna lie, this is our salmon. So what it is an 8-ounce fillet of salmon cooked to order. This is a leeks potato, okay, with a blood orange butter sauce. That's why it has that red tint.
Okay, because that's
Blood orange butter sauce.
I'm excited, John.
Right. They top it with microgreens and capers. Capers are like actually fried capers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to sound gay, but it's just a salty fried crunchy ball.
Yeah.
So that is that, and then we're going to finish that with desserts.
What the kids say now? No Diddy.
No Diddy. No Diddy. That is funny as fuck to me. No homo. No Diddy. That's your name. You synonymous. You predatory motherfucker.
I don't know.
I don't give a fuck.
After the case is closed, like that's what.
Yeah. So, and this is a strawberry pale ale chocolate cake. Look, it's so smooth. It's slide.
It's slide.
With a raspberry sauce, and we'll get to that in a second.
She's sweet.
But we obviously need something to wash this down for. Right now we have Amore Prosecco. It is available by the bottle or the glass.
Let me open it while you ask.
You want to open?
While you ask questions.
All right, I'm gonna unfold my silverware. Let's see how good he can fumble through this. So you know what the new skill is? You know, so like a lot of people don't know, and some people do. Like I have, aside from everything else that I do with y'all, I've been bartending for 20 years. That's one of my actual.
I didn't know that.
So when people 20 years, yeah. So like when people ask like what my hobby is, it's weird for me because I do it to make money, but really bartending is my hobby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It really is, and I love it. So the new. You did that well. That was gonna be the thing. So the new skill set when you
don't know about me is in 2016, 17 to 18, all I used to drink is champagne.
Okay.
Shout out to Bel Air. Shout out to Moet. That's all I used to drink.
Yeah.
So I know how.
So that used to be the aesthetic is popping the cork, making a pop. That's not practical.
Not practical.
If you're in a service industry or hospitality restaurant setting. So now the new challenge I heard from Mr. Tamir is how quietly can you open a champagne bottle? And I'm like, man, what? like, who the fuck cares? And apparently, people care.
People care, bro.
Because we're petty. We're petty. At the end of the day, we're petty. We're so petty. All right, so we're gonna cheers this. We're gonna eat some food. We're gonna continue this conversation. Again, we are at Hotel Solaire at 310 Straight Street, the big rooftop bar on the 7th floor of that. Home to Open Mic Industry Night every Tuesday, where signature cocktails are buy one get one for a penny. And some of the hottest artists in the city come here to perform their craft. More so, I would say that we want to invite the public, but this is more about peer performing for peers in a safe space, where we can feel volatile and fancy at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. Yeah. So how long's your set tonight?
My set's 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay. Are you doing one classic or just new songs?
I'm doing one new song and one old song from my last album.
Okay. You know what my favorite song is of yours?
What's that?
That I play the most, and honestly, I included it in the fire, our winner's fire from last week.
Mm-hmm.
Stars.
Oh yeah, you did do that. Yeah.
I love that song.
That's
And how you, I don't know if that's a lens thing or an after edit,
Mhm.
but that circular frame where it looks 360.
Oh yes, after
Because you,
well, no, it's a
it looks like you in a fun house.
it's a lens. Yeah, it's a lens.
That is a specific lens.
Mhm.
That's dope, man. Who shot that? Guy?
No, my boy Lunar Thought.
Lunar Thought?
Mm-hmm.
I got him.
Yeah, been my dog since 2012. He became a cameraman in like 2016, something like that. But yeah, man, that was a whole different chapter, bro. That's when I right around when I went solo for real. You know, like I come from a group.
Yeah, Young and the Fish.
That's when I went solo for real, and I started really put some solo material and learning how to be an artist. Like,
So how big was your group? Was it like Wu-Tang size? Or
yeah,
was
at one point it was Wu-Tang size, yeah, for sure. At one point it was like 6 of us.
Okay, so
But the
I know. Name me some. Tell me the 6 original artists in the
the 6 originals:
original.
Fonzie Boy, Hooli, Q Easy,
Um,
T White,
mhm.
and Petey,
JB Lamont wasn't it the original?
and T Wiz, and JB Lamont. That's 7. T Wiz, JB Lamont.
Forgot one, y'all.
Nah,
No, just kidding.
I didn't forget
I'm
because
being petty.
you just named a bunch of people that ain't around no more.
Yeah.
JB Lamont. If you ask me who's still here, JB Lamont is who's still here.
Yeah, he's cold, by the way.
That's my dog, man. That's my brother. But like outside the music shit, that's my little brother. Like, you know what I mean? I don't got a real blood little brother, so that's my little brother though. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I started off in a group, and I went solo, and I spent a year and a half, 2 years trying to learn how to be an artist, right?
Yeah.
If you look back at YNO as a group, I was the hip hop conscious guy.
Okay. You were like
Oh.
Carmen.
Yeah, I come from that background for real. My favorite rapper is Joe Budden, Lupe Fiasco. Those are my favorite rappers.
Yeah.
So,
Kick
but-
Push?
come on now, Kick Push is a great. Listen to it.
Great.
But
You know what I think Lupe is great at?
what?
You know my favorite Lupe song is Jump. Jump?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I do.
I fucking love that record.
That's a different track.
I love that record, man. Because it was so out of pocket and it was like little Susie with a pocket.
You know, I love Lupe, man. Lupe really got me through a chapter of life. And that's, the crazy thing about where I'm at now as an artist is I'm at a point right now as an artist where I'm finding comfort in a blend of different styles. When I first started, I was real hip. And then when I went solo, I was like real focused on learning how to write songs by
Let me
myself.
talk on that topic. So when you say real hip hop though, music is subjective. So real hip hop is different to everybody. Right?
Nope.
Yes, it is. You cannot put yes, it
You
is.
can.
You
Yeah,
can put
because
your
there's-
opinion.
There's
Because
rap,
there's the
rap,
way I experienced it, and that was real rap to me.
there's rap, there's hip hop, there's hardcore hip hop.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a name. You have to rank 1 through 5, but you put that person in number 2 or number spot. It's locked out. You don't know who's coming next.
Yep.
You ready?
Nope.
Okay. Let me pull up my notes. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back number 1 through 5. New Blanco.
2.
New Blanco number 2. Ooh, he hit heavy. Okay. Skyler Black.
1.
Jess Lamb.
4.
Cleo Carter.
5.
Sierra.
3.
Okay. I tried to make that more tricky.
You know what? I knew Siri was in there too.
Of course you
When
did.
you said Scotland could move also,
Mhm.
I didn't think Scotland was going to be in there.
Why? Why?
Honestly,
Why would y'all give that?
you said local.
She is local.
I'm not saying New Bronx and Siri not You know, don't got to be like Skylar Denver national now. You know what I mean? Like certified.
She's still from here.
Certified national.
So she deserves to be number. And you got this, but she's still scholar back from the block that's playing on 4th Street for her birthday.
In terms of Cincinnati, I would probably swap New Blanco and Siri. And I don't think there'll be any arguments just because of, again, a Siri's reach. But New Blanco is, if anything, if you it's multiple ways. You could have either one either way. You know what I mean?
So why Just Lamb, who's a voting member of the Grammy,
I got a report.
she votes for the Grammy.
But see, this also
You know, hold on, and no disrespect, I don't care.
Culture-wise,
But she's part of Just Lamb's band.
I'm more apt to see New Blanco, Siri, Skylar, and Cleo Court my see that. But
Why? You go to Queen City Radio every Thursday and see Just Lamb.
where am I more likely to be? Yeah, just Lamb was great. I'm not saying
But Siri number 2, and Siri is where Just Lamb is.
just 30 minutes ago, I just shouted out Siri for booking me tonight. So of course I'm thinking about
Okay. Politics, boy. Yes, boy. Hey, you know what? Okay. Cheers. I'm about Cheers. That was good. Man, so we still have my remote.
Yeah. So Chris,
Yeah, so I want to bring up a memory.
I don't know where I put it. But
That's okay. You know, we're going to take a break. When I come back, I'm going to pull a stroll down memory lane with Mia Fame. And, yeah, and we'll be right back.
Keep on it. Keep on it.
I can't slow down, yeah. Nigga really getting money for views. Downtown in the penthouse room. 40 uptown with the pounds in the room. Bust down, moonwalk on the jewels. But shorty down, got lost in the pool. Everybody wanna see you and move. I done came up, they don't even got a clue. I can't slow down.
What's up, y'all? We are back here at the Interview Podcast 513 at the Big Rooftop Bar atop the Hotel Solaire in down. Well, not even downtown. It's Midtown. Remember we had a whole controversy about that. First of all, it's about time to cut this cake. Ooh. Hey, Jennifer, can you grab me another roll? Just big air, man.
Oh shit, that's funny.
I just need the fork. Just get the fork, okay?
Well, it doesn't. I'll let him take the fork.
Yeah, you just unroll it as well.
I'm not touching the fork.
Okay, y'all weird. I know. That's how y'all build immunities. This is why y'all getting COVID.
Deflection right here. He fucked up.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, y'all. It's your boy Diggity Dean Dane Sampson. We're back at the recording of the Interview Podcast 513. This boy loves his chain. It's shiny today. At the Hotel Solaire in the Big Rooftop Bar, 310 Straight Street. Before we go any further, you ready to cut this cake? Because that is what it's all about.
And my birthday was Wednesday. So
Yeah, happy birthday. I would have got you a candle, but I'm a dude, and that's no diddy.
I ain't had cake all week. This is
Look how uneven I'm cutting that. Hold on.
terrible.
Yo, you can have that piece.
That was
Hold
terrible
on. Just
cut.
take that plate. Just take the whole plate.
we gonna pull it over.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He been waiting for the starving cake.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm just staring at this motherfucker.
Yeah. Was it what you hoped for?
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The Vic got good food.
Yeah.
I gotta pull up for this food. This food is crazy. This is crazy. Everything was good.
Yeah, it is really good.
Everything was good. This is better.
I work here and it's delicious.
Yeah, this is better than a lot of these top 5 restaurants and shit out here.
What top five?
Prime, Roof
Mine is
Chris.
top five.
Yeah,
Roof Chris?
Yeah,
I could give you some better restaurants than that.
I love it. Where? That better than Roof Chris. Stop playing.
Roof is good. I feel like Jeff Ruby's is better.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right?
Hey, don't ever waste our money at Jeff Ruby's. Go to Roof Chris
Just for the food or like for the whole experience?
for the food.
Okay.
Jeff Ruby's food is
So,
good.
can I say something embarrassing about myself? And
Midtown. Yeah.
I'm going to shame myself as a Cincinnatian right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to Findlay Market.
It ain't shit there. You ain't missing that. You ain't missing shit, bro.
It's like world famous. He's like, fuck that place.
You ain't missing nothing, bro.
Okay. There we have it. That's what the type of time we on. So, we'll go into this topic now. So, I'm a big, and you hear me say it at all of my events, it's something we talked about time and time again. You got to give support to get support, right? So, you've had a placement, you had a big placement, but you've had songs that have released to mixed numbers. But if you really take your time and plan an event you're at, you can feel it, right?
Yeah.
And then you have artists, you know what, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. We'll give an example, like Tristan Edison. I see you guys talk a lot.
Yeah.
And I met Tristan at that same fucking open studio mic that I met you at.
Facts, yep.
Okay. And kudos to him. He just hit 150,000 monthly Spotify viewers. Shout out to him. He's bought companies based on that shit, like his Stash Box.
Yep.
But he can't sell out a show locally. And he feels some type of way about that. Why?
It's not that he can't, right?
Does he not put the... Because he puts work in, but doesn't particular work? Or what?
It's not that he
But he doesn't.
He don't stay in the city, right? Yeah, he like a little on the outskirts.
Okay.
And so he would have to start making a conscious effort
Right.
to get out to some of these local shows.
And do you think that's
He gets-
entitlement? That
Nah,
he has
it's not. It's convenience.
entitlement.
It's nope. There's a difference in entitlement, right? Entitlement would mean he should be able to do a show and sell out because he has 150. You get what I'm saying?
And he feels that way.
Convenience is the fact that he's not making a trip every other weekend to come down here and get into the mix of people who are going to come to his show.
Yeah.
Because the venues are here.
No.
Ain't no venues out there.
Yeah, that's fair.
You get what I'm saying? So if the venues are here or Northern Kentucky,
Okay, so let's
you got to get out
let's
here.
trade comparison.
Correct.
If he did it there, would he sell it out? Wherever the fuck he stay at.
Wherever he stay at, probably not. But actually, I don't know. He should try it. He should try it for real. But
He should, because
But he
I
did-
fuck with
he
his
built
music.
his name out there.
He built it here.
He built it
in
here.
the trenches, like.
And so it's not even that he can't do it. All he has to do is he just has to come down here and tap in with a couple of, come down here and do a song with Banks Benjamin.
Oh, I love
Come
Banks.
down here and do a song with Lantana.
Yeah.
Come
And they
down
would go.
Come down here and do a song with Cool Flair, right?
You know.
You now have more followers than all of these people that I just named in
Mm.
Cincinnati who getting more cool at
Yeah.
shows. So you come down here,
And we all know that's where the real money comes from until you get a major deal.
come down here and do a song with Banks, come down here and do a song with Lantana, come down here and do a song with Cook, and then you
Do a song with Fame.
and then you do a song, come do a song with Fame, and then you come down here and you do a show and you book all four of us
Yeah.
and put us on the
And
set
imagine
to open for you.
that would sell out.
It would go fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah. So we just gave you the blueprint because honestly, we do read your comments, Tristan.
But he know me. I'm thinking from a straight like this business.
And I understand. And
This business.
I'm able to observe. and watch
He took off, so it's no reason he shouldn't be. But that's like I told him this one time on the post too. You just gotta come down here.
I know. This is why I addressed this.
Come because like you dope, he dope. So just come down here, bro, and get people to be like, yeah, I can't wait till he do a show. But it's like internet versus reality is a thing.
I say that all the time.
It's a thing. Like, but
And you can get your feelings hurt real quick.
you can make money real quick though.
Yeah.
So he got 100,000 something plus 100 whatever plus followers, so he can go make money off the internet. He ain't got to come outside.
Yeah.
But if you're not making money off the internet,
But if you're not
you
feeling
gotta come outside.
Well, and let's go on the other side. Because money is what it is. But we do this because we love this.
Yeah,
There's no feeling like a live audience.
correct.
So come be live for us, gang. Like everything that we see about you is past tense. It's pre-recorded. Unless you're talking about a weed strain, which, by the way, Stash Box, you got some good weed.
So you gotta look at it like this, right? When we're talking about a live show,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta get to a certain point online where it'll reflect in a live show.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But until then, you still have to kind of get outside
Yeah.
And look, you don't gotta even perform at these events, right? But pop out with some flyers of your next.
You got to give support.
You have to come
to
out,
get
bro.
support locally.
You gotta pop out, and people just have to see you.
Yeah.
People don't see you, so when they don't see you, unless you go viral, they don't care, bro.
Yeah. How are you gonna get that hug you want? Obviously.
How somebody gonna ask for an autograph if they never see you?
Exactly.
It's people in the city that ask for autographs. I've signed autographs. Many of them. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I've signed a few.
I've signed
And I
over
ain't
20
shit.
autographs.
Yeah.
And that's it. To me, that's an
That's
accomplishment.
huge.
To me, that's an accomplishment.
Dude, I feel like that's a pretty girl that don't know she's pretty.
But it's
Getting a
people-
compliment, you like, neat.
You feel me? but it's people who will come out and who will see potential in you and say, "Can you sign this for me?" Because I think you might blow up.
Yeah.
If you never in front of those people, they can never ask you for an autograph, bro.
But,
You gotta come outside, bro, and then you don't have to do it a lot.
you know what? And let's go to the other end. Fine, I got 150,000. All right. Go track them down, spend some time with them.
Yeah, you feel me?
Go track them down, spend some time. Or you have a ready-made fan base ready to anoint you.
Yeah, ready to put
Ready to put the whatever the metaphorical crown is.
Or if you're gonna do it all online, to be a streamer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he goes with that. I heard he's pretty good at Madden.
I'm not. I don't personally. It's like you can be good at it, but listen, full time it there. Play Madden every day. Don't play Madden for 3 weeks and then be a rapper for 3 weeks. Play Madden and make your mixtape in the same day.
Yeah.
Do it every day too.
Could you imagine the skill set? Could you imagine somebody that pulled that viral shit off? You making the video or you in the booth while playing?
You know what I'm saying?
That's cool, actually.
You come out, you do a verse, come out the booth and hop on Madden
Yeah.
while the engineer mixing your record.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
People
That's
not
cool.
thinking like that though.
No, they're not.
I do shit like that, but I don't have the whole visual setup to do that. But that's cool. But I play games too myself. I play
Yeah,
video
so let me
games.
ask you in the same regard. So, where a lot of your outside, actually the majority, let's be honest, of your outside notoriety came through your placement on NBA 2K, correct?
Yep.
So, and I was actually talking to my coworker about this. I was like, oh, yeah, he had a placement on NBA 2K. You know, if you really look at the average amount of people that play NBA 2K, there's so many people hearing them every day. But that's just one medium.
No.
Like, for me, I don't play video games. So if we weren't friends, I might never hear your song, even though 5 million people today hear it.
Facts.
How do you turn that into outside of? How do we jump out the NBA sandbox?
So it's about doing campaigns for the song.
Yeah.
Me and Clay did the campaign for the scoring record.
Yeah.
We was getting played on radio stations in Atlanta, Florida, New Jersey, Chicago.
Yeah.
We shot a video here. We were on a radio in Cincinnati for at least 3 years,
Yeah.
maybe 4. And it's just about not relying on that. Because we had a whole campaign for that, for 2K.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we dropped up 2K, we had the announcement queued, you know, we had a gaming tournament, we did all type of stuff for it. But that wasn't the only selling point. We went and shot a video.
Yeah.
We were the first to do this and do that with the song. And so that was a lot of our selling points with that record. And so that record, just the other day, where was I at? Just the other day, some motherfucker seen me. Like, oh, you fan? I'm like, yeah, I'm fan, but what's up, bro? He's like, yeah, man, you got that one song, it's about basketball.
It's about basketball.
I said, yeah, scoring. He said, yeah, bro, that's my shit, bro.
Yeah.
I really fuck with that one, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, and
I won't be lying to you, not to be a dick. Not one of my favorite songs by him.
Me neither.
I don't like it.
Me neither. It's not one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, but it hit.
But it some people like
hit with the demographic.
for the demographic.
Yeah.
And when you start to see stuff like that in music, you start to realize, like, I got to make the concepts that come to mind, correct?
Yeah.
I can't overthink my concepts. If my mind's telling me, bro, this is a vibe, do it. Because there's probably...
telling me no.
There's
My body. Telling me yeah.
There's probably somebody out there who gonna vibe with it. And sometimes you put a vibe out and 173 people vibe with it.
Right.
And then sometimes you put a vibe out and 28 million people vibe with it. And so trust your vibe.
Yeah, because you never know the outcome.
You never know the outcome.
So I want to pull up a moment if I can find it real quick. So, you know, we all talk about, and it just goes in context. We talk about campaigns. We talk about this. We talk about catching lightning in a bottle, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's what it is. And a lot of it, like on the radar, make your career, Georgiana,
Yep.
people like that, 441 in the cut, Lyrical Lemonade.
Yeah.
Those are some platforms where you just go out there and it's just you and a mic. It's vulnerable. And what I like about those, the mic comes on the ground.
Yep.
Instead of, I like the mic drops, but it's a niche.
Correct. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It is a niche. I feel like you can place the microphone wherever. And if it's cold, it's cold. But I feel like because of Doechie's On the Radar performance, that magically 30 days later got her a Grammy because she was just in the eyes of the public. But that record, up to that point, had only sounded like 13,000 units.
Yeah. Facts.
That is fucking crazy to me.
That's how it takes sometimes.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. In my opinion, that does not warrant Grammy.
So times have changed, brother.
13,000 people don't.
Times have
Maybe I sound like a hater. I fuck with her music, but
You can get a Grammy for a moment.
I'm sorry.
Right.
But is that what the
You can
Grammys
have a bigger
should
moment.
encapsulate?
Why are we now trying to put restrictions on what the Grammys give awards? Because
I understand, and we've expanded the voting because it's about 13,000 members. That's actually ironic. So anyway, she came.
That is ironic.
Yeah. So she came, and then she did Anxiety, which was Gautier is somebody that I used to know.
Yeah.
That's a sample. Also, I have a theory that Gautier is DJ Marshmello because it's somebody that I used to know. We ain't never seen that motherfucker since my video. So this is literally 3 years ago with our 36 views. So we already doing this shit, right? This is that Busy One Radio 3 years ago. Yeah, turn it up, man.
Run it back.
All
Run this back. What am
Yeah.
I talking about right here?
right. Let's look from the beginning. I know I threw y'all off because I was wearing a onesie button-up jumper that day.
You got that, man? You about to set us up? Yeah, I already know, man. Bro, you set it up like, yeah, I do.
Put the beat on, man.
Yeah, put the beat on.
Go ahead and turn that on. Oh, yeah, this heat. What?
Where's Doechie at?
Yeah, and I think he was still thinking about Heartbreak back then.
I was.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hey, 10,000 little promo plan. Out here, I ain't holding hands. Boss, you gotta know the man. Fast, you gotta slow the dance. Slow the dance. I've been taking my time. I've been breaking the timeline. Don't know how to take it shine. They gon' find mine. I'm a diamond in the rough. I come from the jungle. I got it in the bones. I take my hustle, and that's cool. Keep the guys with muscle. I'm doing it bigger than anything that I would do. I couldn't believe I ever had to do this for somebody like you. She boss me, and she never is. I'm bossing in. I'm my own business, in my own chains, in my own name. Everything I do is in my own league. I ain't never fuck nobody. I ain't never cut nobody out. I ain't never did nobody bad. I ain't never give nobody homie. All my money from my own bag. I be paying for everything I do. I ain't got no rap daddy. Just really out here.
I ain't got no rap daddy.
Couple of them mad at me. You can never take it from me though. It's in my heart, now I'm running with it. Y'all niggas just
I ain't got no rap.
Hey. Steps up to the challenge, man.
Smoking on Shikari.
So we're gonna take one more short break. When we come back, he said he's gonna do a little bit more music for us. Because what is the interview podcast? What is Daniel's World, Dane, Chillmore, whatever? Without acknowledging that we're all having a human experience through a musical journey. And we're gonna hear some music when we come back. Yeah, that's all I got for that.
Did you? I needed this. I needed this. Puke on it. Puke on it. Puke on it.
I can't slow but shorty down got lost in the pool. Everybody wanna see her move. I done came up, they don't even got a clue. I can't slow down. Nigga really get money for views. Downtown in the penthouse room. Brody uptown with the pounds in the room. Bust down, let me walk on the jewels. But shorty down got lost in the pool. Everybody wanna see her move. I done came up, they ain't even got a clue. I can't slow down. Fast money, fast cars, fast life, trap star, plug talk, stay charged. Fast money, fast cars, fast life, trap star, plug talk. Baby, it ain't no code switching, I'm so different. My own business, don't know a limit, just no percentage. Two-door business, need more interest. On part, nigga, I don't miss much. If it's about the blues, we can discuss. Niggas talking down, but won't diss us. When it come to money, you can't mistrust. Maybe I go plain Jane, maybe I pop out and only my chain. Yeah, maybe I blew her brain. Got her so wet, you would think that it rained. It's a place to say you with fame. Got some respect that come with my name. My connect just landed the plane. The price so low, every lick is sustain. Yeah, I gave you all the plays. If you stay down and you ballin' today, walking in there calling my name. You know if I'm hitting, I'll probably play. Yeah, turn this whole shit to my property, babe. I'm cruising and smoking on broccoli, babe. Yeah, I can't slow down. Nigga really get money for views. Downtown in the penthouse room. Brody uptown with the pounds in the room. Can't bust down, walk on the jewels. But shorty down got lost in the pool. Everybody wanna see her move. I done came out, they ain't even got a clue. I can't slow down. Fast money, fast cars, fast life, trap star, plug talk, stay charged. Fast money, fast cars, fast life, trap star, plug talk.